Teacher Adrian here. Today we're going to do a science experiment that has water in it. So you might want to find a spot where your grown-ups don't mind if you make a little bit of a mess. Can you find that spot? Okay, I think we're ready. For this experiment, we're going to need a few things. A pie pan or a tray to catch any water spills. 2 jars. Now, the trick with the jars is that the openings of the jars need to be the exact same size. So even though these jars look like they're different sizes, the openings are still the same. So make sure when you check your jars, make sure you can put them together with no gaps in the middle. A piece of plastic that's as wide as your jars, and red and blue food coloring. Also, I should probably move all these books before I do an experiment with water. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to fill 1 jar all the way to the tippy top with cold water, and you're going to fill the other jar with hot water. Next, take your blue food coloring and put it into the jar of cold water. It's important with blue food coloring you don't put too many drops in or it'll make the mixture too dark. 1, 2, maybe 3. You can stir it around or you can watch it. It's actually kind of pretty. Then you're going to take a few drops of your red food coloring and you're going to put that into the hot water jar. This is where it gets a little tricky. You're going to take your piece of plastic and you're going to move your jar into your dish, and then you're going to take the plastic and put it over the very top of the cold jar. And then carefully, you're going to turn the jar upside down. I know, buddy. A vacuum should be created so that the piece of plastic stays on the jar, we hope. Then you're going to take your hot water jar and put it underneath, making sure that when you look under, the jars, the openings of the jars completely match up. You shouldn't be able to see any space. What do you think's going to happen? A mess? Maybe. Are they gonna mix up? We'll find out. It's good to have someone help you with this next part, but one hand, or one person, should hold the top jar, while the other person slowly, oh boy, pulls the plastic out. Try to keep the jars nice and straight. Some leakage may occur. What's happening right now? Did you notice? It's a little bit hard to see, but we know that red and blue make purple. Let's get a better shot of it. From this angle, you can definitely see that the red mixed with the blue, creating purple. Pretty cool, huh? Now, what do you think would happen if we did it the other way around? Would they still mix like the first time? Let's find out. So for this one, you're going to take your blue jar of cold water and put it in your dish. Now this is a super tricky part, so be very, very careful, grown-ups. You're going to take your red jar of hot water and cover it with the plastic. And very carefully holding it nice and tight, turn it upside down. Again, the water should create a vacuum. You're going to put it right on top, making sure that all the edges of the jars are totally lined up. And then, again, very carefully, start moving the card. Ooh, mama. Now this time, whew, I don't know if you can see what's happening, but the jars aren't really mixing quite as much. The red is staying red for the most part. And the blue is staying blue. That's because the hot water is less dense or a little bit lighter than the blue water. So there's not really any room for it to go into the blue water. I think the next time I try this experiment, I'll make my hot water hotter and my cold water colder. That, and I'll probably do it outside. Okay, and here's the cleanup. Scoot, 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 scoot. Thanks, Pie Pan. Glad I moved those books. Thanks for watching. Bye.